Hello and welcome back. This is episode 3 of the Ultimate Minecraft Service Series. I'm SamLander34, your host. Today we're going to focus on spawn building. When players first come into your server, they're going to want a home base to work out of. This is what we call a spawn. I'm going to show you how you can quickly import a spawn without having to spend hours and hours building it. We're going to use a plugin called Fast Async World Edit, or FAWE for short. It's very easy to install. We're going to run that. We're going to import some schematics, and you're going to see just how easy it is. Are you ready? Let's go. You have an idea to make Minecraft better. Are you ready? Let's build it. Are you ready to rock and roll with World Edit? First thing you need to do is go into the description and click the download link for Fast Async World Edit. It'll bring you to this page. Since we are building our server on 1.13, we don't have to change anything. We just have to hit the download button. Once it's downloaded, bring it into your plugins folder and restart your server. Once the server is running again, hop back in and we'll get going on World Edit. Okay, so our server is up and running again, so we're going to jump back into Minecraft and get going with World Edit to make our server awesome. All right, first thing we want to do is do //wand. And what that will do is give you a wooden axe. When World Edit is installed, this is your World Edit tool. To select an area, you use your left button to click the first corner and your right button to click the second corner. So right now, all I'm going to do is just select one space, one block for a 1x1 area, and then I'm going to use //expand 10 north, east, south, west, and up to show you how quickly you can clear out an area. The set command will take the entire region you just selected and fill it in with whatever you put in after the command. So in this case, I'm going to say air. And there it goes. As you can see, it cleared out all the trees, it cleared out the ground in a nice 10x10 area. However, I did notice in the chat here, net.coreprotect.worldedit.coreprotect logger must be abstract delegate extent. So core protect works really well with the normal world edit, but I don't think it's quite caught up to the fast async world edit quite yet. This is what's known as a plugin incompatibility. So this is going to impede our progress. Now we want to use the fast async world edit because we're able to drop 1 million blocks into the game without really slowing things down or crashing our server. That's going to be very important. So right now, as a server owner, what I'm going to do is stop my server, uninstall Core Protect temporarily while I use the fast async world edit. This happens from time to time where you have to make decisions on whether or not to keep a plugin or to ditch a plugin based on what you need it for. Because we're not running any players yet, this is a pretty safe thing for me to do. So I'm going to /stop my server. And as you can see in the console that it's just completely stopped out. I'm going to run into my my plugins folder here, and I'm going to rename Core Protect to .jar.back, B-A-K, and that will disable it from loading the next time we restart the server, which we'll do now. That way there isn't any conflict between the Core Protect and the Fast Async World Edit plugin. Now, while the server is loading here, let's talk about schematics. One of the biggest abilities of World Edit is to paste in schematics that you find on the internet. A good place to find schematics when you're starting out is minecraft-schematics.com. I'm going to put the link for that in the description as well. You can come in here and you can find just a ton of schematics that you can download. Once you find a schematic that you like this sand palace, simply click on download. Log in if you haven't already. This website requires that you're registered in order to download the schematic files. Click download schematic file. Once it's downloaded, go into your plugin folder, into the Fast Async World Edit folder, under the schematics folder, and move the file into the schematics folder. All right. Now that the server's running, we've got our schematic placed in the folder. We're going to jump back into Minecraft. So now that we're back in the game, the command to get to your schematics is //schematic, and you can type schematic list global to show you all of the available files. Now, if you hit the T button to go into text and click the plus sign, you can add the file to your clipboard. Once it's in your clipboard, you can do / paste to paste the schematic into your world. Now, here's where the magic happens. Check this out. Look at that. This incredibly huge castle pasted into my game in a matter of seconds. I highly recommend checking out Planet Minecraft. There's usually a ton of spawns that have been posted on there for people to download. It's a great starting point for any server. All right, so now we've got a spawn. Let's take a look around. This is a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Let's go up these stairs. There's a lot of good promise here. With all of these empty rooms, you can put in shops, you can put in rank tiles, you name it. Okay. So now, as you can see, the schematic cut into the ground a lot, but we managed to paste it at the ground level, which is ideal because now all we have to do is clear the surrounding area. We can do that using our World Edit axe. So first things first, I'm going to create a block for me to create my region from. And then I'm going to right click and left click it so it's a 1x1 region. I'm going to expand. Let's try 100 north and expand 10 up just so we can see where we're cutting, and then do / set 0 to clear it. I don't think it's quite going to cut it. This is really big. My goodness, this is a great spawn. I was expecting it to cut a hole moving this way, moving towards the building, but it ended up cutting a hole this way. This is not what I wanted to do. Fortunately, World Edit has a command / undo, and you can undo your last operation really easily. So I'm going to select this block again, and I'm going to expand by 100 and expand by 10 up and set 0 again. Now we're cooking. When you do expand, or when you do the expand command, if you don't specify north, south, east, west, up, or down, it'll assume the direction that you're looking. So let's see how far this went. So that's about halfway. I'm going to undo that cut and try it again, but this time I'm going to expand it another 100. So we're still selected, so I'm just going to do expand 100, and it's going to expand it another 100 blocks, and then set 0 again, and see what we got. Obviously, we need to go up a little more because we're still getting trees. Okay, I think that's not too bad actually. That gives a nice area around the castle. So I want to expand probably another 20 up just to kind of get these trees out of the way. That's good. So now we're going to point this way, and we're going to expand, let's say 40, and set 0. And this is how quickly World Edit can clear out an area. It's fantastic. I just love doing this stuff. Okay, so we know that this thing is roughly square, and we know that we want roughly 40 blocks from here. So I'm going to select this top block here with my left mouse button, and I'm going to run down the length of this castle, and I'm going to select this block here. Now we already decided that we're going to do about 40 blocks out, so I'm going to expand this 40. I'm going to expand it up another 20 just to get those trees up there. And let's try setting that to 0 and see what we get. Fantastic. All right, so now we've got a nice block around. But as you can see, we ended up cutting out a bit of the ground here. So let's fix that really quick. So I'm going to place a block here and fill that in. Run all the way down. And I'm going to replace, and I'm going to set that as grass. Oh my, that is not the kind of grass we wanted. You got to be very specific to what you're calling. So I'm going to say set grass block tab. Better. All right, that looks better. So this is really good, but again, we want to kind of fill in all this with grass. So I'm going to select over here, and I'm going to run down here, and I don't want to overwrite this path, so I'm going to go no farther than here, and we're going to set that as grass, as a glass block. Very good. All right, so now let's take that, and we're going to run all the way down to here, right click, and we're going to set Minecraft : grass block. Okay, great. This is looking super good. Okay. Now I'm not sure, but I think that this was part of the schematic, but I don't really want water and stuff out front, so I'm just going to fill that in with grass as well. Okay, right click over here, fill it in. That's better. So that is very good. Now we're going to run down to the other corner and see what's going on. All right, so we are going to pick up this corner here and run down to the other end of this base. We're going to run down to the end of this spawn and click here. Now those trees are pretty high, so we're going to want to expand maybe even 50 up, and then set 0. Good. Then we want to fill in our grass blocks. Don't worry about those holes. Usually what we do is we protect most of the spawns so that people can't fall down them, get themselves into trouble. So we're going to set the grass block. Okay. Grass block. Good. So we got a little bit left here. We're going to go in, left block. So I realize it's kind of boring watching other people do spawn work, but it is a lot of fun, honestly, when you do it yourself. I'm going to do up 1, set 0. Oh dear. Looks like we've got some stuck blocks. This command, SP area 5, that's called super pick. And essentially, anytime you've got a pick and super pick is on, this is the area mode. It clicks and removes all of the same blocks within the area that you specified. So in this case, it makes it really easy to clean out. Ooh, did not want that to happen. Undo. It makes it easy to clear out these blocks. I don't know, these blocks are kind of stuck, so you may end up having to do this by hand, but as you can see, World Edit does save you a ton of time. I just wanted to show you guys, this is kind of cool. I had no idea, but there was a skeleton spawner naturally right beside where I was digging. It's a shame I got it busted. So another super pick command is //sp recur5, and that is recursive super pick. The reason I'm using recursive is because I don't want it to affect the building beside. It'll only affect the blocks that it's directly adjacent to. This is another one of those useful tools for cleaning up. All right, now we've got a hole in the ground. We need to fill that up, and there's a command for that as well. So we're going to do fill stone with a radius of 10. There we go. Easy peasy. Now Now we can fill this in using our set command. //set grass block. Great. Now we've got a beautiful area around. 3 sides. We've got one last side to go. And remember, we're doing roughly 40 on each side, right? So I'm going to come down to the end, which is right here. No, right there. All right. So now we've got a line all the way down, 1 block by however many blocks. We're going to expand by 40. We're going to expand by 40 up to get rid of the trees. I'm going to hit set 0. Okay. And then we're going to select the corner. I'm going to fly all the way down and fill all of this in with grass. Oh, wrong grass. Again, be careful what you select. Better. Looks like I missed 1 row here, so I'm going to expand by 1 and repeat that command. The set command, the grass block, that should fill that in. And there we go. We got a nice region around our spawn that is free of any obstruction. Next I want to do is kind of prune back these trees. We eventually want to smooth out the landscape so that it's easy for people to kind of get over and out into the wild, as opposed to having to walk around cliffs all the time. However, the tool that we use to do that is very particular and makes trees look incredibly ugly. So we are just going to use our super pick recursive tool to kind of prune back these trees. And actually, I think the super pick area tool is going to be better for this. Oop, too far. Undo. Okay, as you can see, ooh, what in the smokers? Okay, so it doesn't like that, so we'll just take that out by hand, I guess. Maybe the recur command's a little safer, so I'll do that instead. All right, SP recur 5. All right. So the trick is we want to kind of get all of the vegetation away from the edges of this cliff. That way we can smooth it out without making a mess. And that's going to take a while, so I'm going to skip you guys past after I'm done doing this. Okay, now that I've cleared all the way around the spawn, I've pruned back the trees a little bit off these cliff edges. Now we can bring in another tool, and I like to use the stick for this. And what we're going to do is we are going to use the brush command, / brush smooth 5. So now our stick, when we right click, will smooth out the landscape, like so. Makes it a lot easier to make your spawn merge into the wild. You see this block right here that got missed? You see this block that got here that got missed? These are bugs. It shouldn't be doing that. This is why I like 1.12 better. It doesn't have bugs like this. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in 1.13, but ultimately 1.12 is more stable. So this has been my World Edit tutorial. It's by no means comprehensive, but at least you get an idea of what, as a server owner, what you're going to be going through to shape your spawn. And I mean, there's a ton of stuff that you're going to have to do inside the spawn. We're going to cover that on another episode. But tonight, just to give you an idea of how easy it is to bring huge assets into your server, and just a few of the commands that you're going to be using to manipulate your world. In our next episode, we're going to start fine-tuning those plugins, and to do that, we need to open up their configurations. Until next time, this is SamLander34, signing off.